So my question today is, are you more upset about the breakup, or are you more upset about the fantasy being broken or shattered? The fantasy that you had in your minds about the person, the life you're going to have, the way it was going to be. I think that, one of the things that we never talk about is we talk about like death and the going through kind of the grieving process of people leaving us, but we don't ever talk about the grieving processes of our fantasies dying and the way that we imagine our life to be with a person or just in general. And one of the fantasies that a young girl usually has is that I'm going to find this great guy, perfect person for me. We're going to have a couple kids. We're going to holiday together. It's going to be this great life. And then life happens and the universe happens and it doesn't work out that way. People get divorced, people die, people get sick, people disappoint you, they cheat on you. And one of the things I always wonder is it that you're really sad that the relationship broke up? Although you probably knew through the whole thing that it was going to break up, there would have been signs, very clear signs, that it was not going to work right from the start. But you had a fantasy of the way you wanted this person to be, and a lot of times we project that fantasy on the person. So, one of the things that I think I kind of laugh at is and women are the worst for this, is that we'll go and we'll talk about some guy that we like or are interested in, and let's say he's not interested in a commitment, and women to women will say, well, he's just not ready, like he's just been through so much, he just needs some time, he just needs a little bit of love and attention, his ex was so terrible, this and that. And that might be absolutely true in many ways, but I will tell you this, if someone wants to be with you, they will be with you no matter what trauma they went through. They'll just know, they're like, I got to be around this person. And it is that kind of analysis that we do and the projection we do on other people, thinking they must feel the way we would feel in that situation, or they must be acting the way they're acting because of the feelings that we would have. And that's not necessarily true. One of the things I think, and I've said this in previous kind of videos, is when people tell you who they are by action, believe them. And it doesn't matter what they say by words, it's by action. And so if someone, hasn't tried to sleep with you after how many years, then they don't want to be with you. Or if they haven't married you after so many years, they don't want to marry you. And they might have all the excuses in the world, but someone who really wants to lock you down will lock you down, and that'll be it. You don't have to threaten, negotiate, coerce. We're getting married. I want to be with you for the rest of my life. And you don't have to plead your case for them to do it. It's just, it is what it is. And but we project fantasies. We're upset when fantasies are broken, or people tell us the truth and break that fantasy for us. And we go through a grieving process that nobody really talks about. And one of the things that I think is, everybody should know is the universe is here to break our fantasies. I'm going to say it again, the universe is here to break our fantasies. And so if you have a fantasy about your life being a certain way, I will guarantee you the universe will come in and will make sure that it isn't that way. Because it wants to show you that that is a fantasy, that isn't reality. That isn't the way that life really works. And, we live in fantasy land now with TV, movies, things like that, romance books, and we're always trying to project that that person has to be like the romance books, or should be, or something's wrong if they're not. And that's not reality. The person that is standing in front of you is the person who is the person. And there's nothing that you can do about that. That is who they are, and you need to accept them for who they are. So I hope this is helpful. I'll talk to you later. Bye.